Hey, welcome back, everybody. Today is October 12th, 13 days before our party. So I thought I'd give you an update on where we're at. Let me show you this here. So this is the front entrance. This Target thing here is just hung up just to keep her off the ground right now. Cute little sad ghost. So this is the front. There's some peepers in here. And then this is a little bit of a kind of a worn down or dilapidated part of the haunted house. Hopefully it looks cool at night once we're done. Obviously there'll be shredding here. We're gonna have like an inflatable little welcome thing from here. I'm not terribly happy with this first part of the entrance, this literal first hallway. As they walk in, just walk in and it goes right to Skelly right there. So need to figure out if we're gonna dress him or not, and what we're gonna dress him like. Yeah, if anything, nothing in here at all. So this section needs a lot of work. Then they turn over to the Let's Get Spooky, and as you go through, you'll see a bunch of pumpkins at the top, and then that leads into our pumpkin room. So this will be where our pumpkins are. All the cardboard you see will all eventually look like hay bales, like that one starting there. We're just doing a test. So the floor will be covered with hay, traditional pumpkin patch ideally, and then I'll have a projector going on to 3 real pumpkins, making them look like they're talking and singing and all that. Pumpkins everywhere is the idea. And then that will lead into Jack and Sally's room here. So Jack and Sally are here. And then everybody's represented except the doctor. Even the mayor right there has a pumpkin. But Jack and Sally are right here. And then we have Oogie Boogie. My wife just bought that, wanted to add that to the haunt. So Oogie Boogie with lock, shock, and barrel right there. Zero hanging up right there. And then that would lead over to here. Of course, we'll have shredding going on right here. And then that would lead over to Stripe, just like you see here. And then if you notice, nothing's moving right now, nothing's going. That's because all of the animatronics up into the kids' room, including Frank and his bride, they all are going to have step pads to where you have to step on it in order for it to work, like this. So Stripe, probably my favorite animatronic that we have, and we have Gizmo in his hand. That doesn't come with the animatronic, so we added that. I'm probably going to add some Christmas lights, try to make it look at a more original Gremlins in there. I'll stop him for now. Bye, Stripe. Then there'll be shredding here as well, of course, and then that'll lead into Frankenstein and his bride. The flame pot light will be on. This will be on, going on just like that. This kind of scares my daughter, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be allowed to have this on, but I hope I can. I hope to have that on, the electricity and everything going off over there, but I might not be able to. Kitty exit will be here, and then the adult or any kid, that's a little bit more brave, will be able to go through here. And the idea is that this will be pitch black once they come through here, and then we'll have just a few little strobe lights and stuff going off like that as they're walking through. So that'll be the only light. And then Bubba will do a jump scare right there from Spirit Halloween. And then you walk down the hallway and you'll see this dead body. You got to go through all the chains as well as the dead body. You got to push him out of the way. There's another strobe right up there. And then that'll lead into the Japanese kanji room here. And if you go far enough into the room, leads into a mirror, which hopefully acts as a jump scare, but we'll see. And then otherwise, pass through all the kanji banners that we have here. And then that would lead over into Terrifier. And then Terrifier will be kind of lit up red here. And then as you go through and pass through more kanji banners, you're going to reach the girl on the swing here. And then there'll be some shredding right here. And then that leads into the zombie room that we have here. So electrified corpse, hung up zombie, both from Spirit Halloween, live wires from Spirit Halloween. I'm fixing the roof. I realize I have to get more furring strips for that. So the roof is 100% going to be fixed. Don't worry about that. Then you have barbed wire, some painted stuff here. This is going to be an Atmos effects scene breaking through the wood and the barbed wire. Another electrocuted zombie here. And then we have these static prop scene here with the foot kind of in the air. Static zombie. And then just a kind of a gross table. And then we have a chainsaw down here that will be put up right there once we're ready. I just didn't want to get knocked down from the wind. Trying to get hung up zombie to always face that way is a little bit of a challenge. And then some people may think, hey, that's the end of the haunt. Others might be smart enough and see through, see that there's a Lost Soul Cemetery, and you just push through this door, which is on a spring, and that'll spring shut, and that leads right into Beetlejuice here and Tombstone Lifter here. So then Beetlejuice and him are in here, and then I have some lighting in here now, but I plan on adding a few more, kind of moving it around. Right now this one is just nearly not enough, so probably adding one or two more to here to see if that's enough. And then that leads you over to your choice over here. You can see there's a Velociraptor containment center here. This is a dinosaur kind of adventure, if you will. And then there's a spider adventure, so you get to kind of choose your own adventure. We'll go through the spider first. There's a corpse here, spiders on the ground, spiders on the wall, spider eggs, little spiders kind of everywhere. So spiders in here, obviously. And then we have jumping spider will go off at the bottom here. And then this will be shredding behind the webbing, so you can go around the webbing and then through the shredding. Sneak peek into the swamp. We'll touch on that here in a second. Come back out this way. And then your choice here is to go through the dinosaur containment area. So we go through here, and they go through and look at this, all the vines and stuff. I have this little metal, faux metal, which is really just our pergola, but I just have the metal right on there. Walk through here, and then this will be another Atmos Effects, a dinosaur display. So hopefully it's blocked enough and kind of looks cool enough, and I can get the sound right and everything works out. Hopefully this will be a pretty cool scene just to see the dinosaurs kind of behind everything. Just a little more look here. They'll be shredding right up on here. And then this leads into the swamp area. And then these lights I made last year with Spanish moss and Velcroed the lights to the lid. These are cool. I have 6 of them, so those light up pretty cool. These I made this year using Van Oaks props on YouTube as a guide. So it's just brown caulking and then a rope with some vine. His obviously look a million times better, but I'm happy with just having what I have. And again, we have 6 of these lights. And then that leads over to the uneven bridge that you'd be walking on. And then we're going to have green lasers on both sides. And this alligator will be raised up enough that he's showing through the lasers through the swamp. And then this is what the swamp will look like with the dead water fisherman right here. Looks really cool at night. And I love that he's kind of just more of a storyteller. It's perfect. I love it. So great job. Fog machine with a fog chiller down there. I'm just using frozen water bottles. Nothing fancy. It's only for one night, so I don't need to get too crazy. Shredding here. Lead into... hopefully can add more of these types of pumpkins. I have a pretty cool owl my wife got us as well. I love the ambiance of the owl. But hopefully I can add at least 2 or 3 more of these pumpkins into this scene. I have some other placeholder pumpkins, but I'm not happy with them. Sitting Scarecrow is kind of moved around in his jump scares and where he is. This Home Depot demon is just sitting up top there. I'm not sure where the owl's going to go. May or may not live there. Then here's Tumble the Troll. And so Tumble the Troll has some pretty cool rock work behind there. That's just foam behind him. So really cool. Tumble the Troll. Again, shredding will be here as well. And then this is the witch's room. My wife designed and made this whole room, so it looks amazing. And we have a book over here. This witch here. This book, really cool book. I mean, it's legit. I love it. It's a leather-bound book. Really cool that she got that. Some candles, and then these pictures change, right? Lenticular. Obviously, everybody has these. And then the witch and the raven, along with the backdrop here. And then I'll be adding another Atmos effects here. The unliving portraits will go here. Some nice lighting on the side we put up. And then you'll walk through this hallway, floating candles and floating hats, along with a little homage to Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, since we are near in Anaheim. And then you have the floating candles and the hats, and then a little skull to say goodbye. And then that would lead out into the graveyard. And then the graveyard will be designed in a way to kind of carry you around and through the queue and go back into the queue, back over to here. And that'll be the intention. That's the idea. But thank you so much for watching. Anybody that's watched all the videos so far, thank you so much for watching with me. Can't thank you enough. Hopefully going to end up having a nighttime video I'll show you as well. Still working on getting everything set up to be able to show the nighttime, but I will have it really soon. And thank you so much and look forward to the next video. Bye-bye.